Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Aisha Harley, and I am one of the founders of the Visionary Leaders Collective. And it is always a pleasure to welcome you to our podcast. So the first half of the call, we focus on an array of wellness topics and solutions using essential oils and other medicinal plants. In the second portion of the call, we focus on how to successfully earn additional income by sharing doTERRA. If you would like to learn about all of our community offerings, please visit www.hellovisionary.life. Please also follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And in addition, we would be very grateful if you would give us a 5-star rating on this podcast. We have incredible topics each week, so be sure to tune in weekly and share with your friends. And this month, we are discussing the mind-body-spirit connection and sharing ways to reset and support oneself as we move forward into this new year. Today, Arin, Josie, and myself will be sharing our personal tips on how we have personally used essential oils and the doTERRA products in our homes and workspaces to reset during these challenging times. We also love hearing all of the tips from our Visionary Leaders community. So please chime in on the chat and share anything that you have during this call. So to begin today, we are going to do a short little meditation with rosemary. So if you have your rosemary, please grab it. Rosemary is the oil for knowledge and transition. And it's a wonderful oil to use in your home to clear the space. So go ahead and take it and put just a drop on your hands and rub your hands together. If you don't have rosemary, then just grab whatever oil you have nearest to you. Just take a moment and rub your hands together. And then collectively, let's take 3 long, deep breaths. So bring your hands up to your nose. Close your eyes and take a deep inhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just bringing yourself into this present moment. Again, inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. And bring your hands over your heart. Just continue to take a few long, deep breaths. Again, bringing yourself into this present moment. Just connecting with the energetic qualities of rosemary. Rosemary invites us to trust in the higher powers. It's also an oil that protects us. It's very cleansing. It's a powerful oil for the mind and for focus. And it really helps dispel negative energies. Then take your hands and rub your hands on the back of your neck. I like to rub my earlobes with the oils or behind the ears. And then slowly open your eyes. And just take note in just that few moments that we spent to just bring ourselves into the present moment and how easy that was. And that can be just such a good reset to do during your day with your oils. If you keep them in your purse, carry them with you wherever you go. And if you're having a moment where you're feeling stressed or unfocused or scattered, literally just taking a few moments to take 3 long, deep breaths can really shift your whole state of being. So it's such an easy way to use these tools. So I'm going to pass the call over to Arin. She is also one of the founding members of the Visionary Leaders Community, and she is going to share some of her personal tips and magic about how she uses essential oils in the home.
Thanks, Aisha. Hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Arin Fugate, and I absolutely love essential oils for everything. But I would have to say that the moment I realized not only could I clean my home with essential oils so I could make my own cleaning products, but when I realized that I could also clean the energy of my home and do some magical and mystical things with essential oils, I got so excited. So I love that we're meditating with Rosemary today, because rosemary is a wonderful essential oil for you to start to use in your home. It's affordable, which is so nice when we can find an affordable oil for cleaning, because we sometimes need to use a bit more oils in our cleaning products than maybe if we were just putting them on the bottom of our feet. So rosemary is fabled to be a protective plant. So if you look into herbology books or Feng Shui, different practices of spiritualism and shamanism, you will often hear about rosemary for protection. So you can do things with the plant, like it's great to have a rosemary plant at your front stoop to ward off negative energy. But I was just interviewing a Feng Shui practitioner on my other podcast. So if you haven't listened to my other podcast, I just changed the name. It's called Jasmine and Juniper, the podcast. And I interviewed a Feng Shui practitioner, and she loves doTERRA oils too. And she does Feng Shui on her front door, because your front door is the mouth of qi. So it's where your wealth, abundance, prosperity comes into your life. So you want your front door to be clutter-free and to have attention. So every new moon, she washes her front door with a mixture of rosemary and basil essential oil in warm water. And you can even put some of the On Guard concentrated cleaner in there. She does other things. You'll have to tune into the episode to learn more about that. But if I want to shift the energy in my home, I will put rosemary and lavender in the diffuser. And I love that combination. I love the smell of those two. And rosemary is going to be protective. It also has medicinal qualities, like it'll be killing airborne pathogens. And the lavender is also a protective plant. But here's a little extra direction that you could take it. Just like you washed your front door, when you are mopping, put a few drops of rosemary in your mop water, or whatever oil you love. But rosemary to me is so magical and mystical. I might do rosemary, maybe clary sage, or Siberian fir. Then it's my warm water with a little On Guard concentrated cleaner. And that's what I mop my floors with. And you have this moment, at least I did, where you realize I'm cleaning my house with plants. So that idea of forest bathing, if you've ever heard about forest bathing, it's the idea that spending time out in the forest regenerates you. You can actually bring the forest into your home through cleaning. Same with wiping down your counters. So you can take the route of, well, the oils can be antimicrobial, antibacterial. They can actually help me to clean, but you can also use the oils more as an energetic cleansing. So another blend that I will give you before I pass the mic is a spray that I like to make, which is an alternative to burning. Like sometimes you like to burn sage or mugwort or Palo Santo, but I don't always want the smoke in my air. Sometimes the smoke irritates my lungs. So I make a blend of lemongrass, peppermint, and clary sage. And I put that in a spray bottle. I always do a pinch of salt first, then I put the oils in that emulsifies it together. So when I add my water, it will all mix together. And that is an energetic clearing spray. So when you come home from work, you might consider spritzing yourself to kind of clear off any negative energy that you have brought in. And you can spritz your home with it. So have fun playing with the more mystical, spiritual side of the oils when it comes to your home environment. And I'll put those recipes in the show notes. So I'm going to pass it to Aisha or Josie.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I just like it's Josie. Hey, everybody. And I'm going to bring, I'm in, it should be sunny California with our people who don't know Dianne Delreyes. And we're having fun thinking and talking about some of these things. And so one of the things I noticed, I know I wanted you, Dianne, because Dianne always has great Chinese medicine tips. And I love it. It always takes it from a different angle. So it's like you look at the herbs from one angle and then this angle. And so let's talk about that. But before, it was your clearing, your energetic clearing spray, right? That's beautiful, Arin. Clary sage, lemongrass, and peppermint, right? Love that. However, we keep getting new oils, right? And I know that Dianne has been telling me about your favorite diffusing, which is, here it is. It's happening right there, right now.
I'm obsessed with this diffuser.
Yeah, see, so she's obsessed with it, and it's an energetic clearing.
Yeah. It is.
Blend, and it's a new one, and it's different, and guess what, they're both amazing. Like the Arin's one, which is like some of the basic oils. So what is the new one that you're obsessed with?
So I use the new eucalyptus blend, Spanish sage, and the guaiac wood. The combination is very clearing and grounding at the same time. So I'm just obsessed with the smell.
Yeah, so all three. So these are 3 new oils that just came out in September. So they came out with a new blend of eucalyptus, and then we know sage for smudging, right? Spanish sage, and guaiac wood is a form of Palo Santo.
Right.
So imagine putting all 3 of those together, and it does. It smells amazing. So I wanted to share that. And can you tell us any tips of like Chinese medicine view of rosemary?
Yeah, for sure. So rosemary is interesting. Arin, you mentioned protection. It not only protects us energetically, but also on a physical level. It's one of the oils that's the best for what we call tonifying qi. So it protects us, it supports our immune system. And it's amazing. It's one of the points when you have kind of like a weakened condition, which is kind of a qi deficiency, you would use it on a point called stomach 36, which I can show you, I think.
Where's that?
It's right here. So can you?
Yeah,
Maybe
do the
this.
computer.
So if you bend your knee and you're at the bottom of your kneecap on the outside of your leg, and you do 4 fingers breaths down, and then you'll feel this ridge up the front, and you'll run into kind of a divot right there. So that's stomach 36. It's a great point. The point is great for tonifying qi. And then when you add the energetics of the oil like rosemary, you're kind of like double downing on kind of that qi protection. So tonifying or strengthening qi. And then another point, because
see if I can find it right now.
I don't know if did anybody mention memory for rosemary? Yeah, so really, really powerful for memory. And so a good point to use would be if you follow your spine all the way up to where the ridge of your skull is met, you'll kind of find a little divot there as well. GV16, I believe it is, governing vessel 16. You can use
It's just that notch.
Yeah,
just go right in there and rub it in.
Yeah, you can just use that, or anything underneath that occipital ridge. You can use.
And rosemary's so great. You guys saw me when I was putting it on.
Yeah,
I always do anything for my brain. I call this the highway way.
Yeah.
Up, so back of the neck, and then I end with that notch. Just kind of rub it like right up in there. It feels so yummy.
any of the points in Chinese, any of the points on the neck in Chinese medicine are called window of the sky points. And what they do is kind of they connect, like body mind, right? Like when you're feeling out of your body, you're not connected, and you want to kind of bring those mind body. You're talking about mind body this month. That any of the points around the neck are great.
So bringing that connection, I love that, and that clearing.
That's my 2 cents.
And you guys, I don't know that stomach 36, but when I just feel, can you guys see? Yeah, on my leg, and I'm like, okay, here's my 4 fingers, outside kneecap, come down. There's just like this point right here that wants to be pressed.
Yeah.
I
it's a
feel like
divot
my
where the
hand,
ridge
my
is-
finger just goes like right there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that must be it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like for those of us who don't really know these points. It's like, just kind of allow yourself, your finger to move around that area and then see if there's a point where you're just like, oh yeah, it wants to be pressed here.
Great for any digestive issues too.
Oh,
Like that's like
nice.
any kind of digestive issues, any nausea, somebody who has morning sickness. So that's another, like you can use peppermint or digestion or anything like that on it.
Nice.
There you go.
Thanks, Di.
Welcome.
And I guess my own little recipe is when I was thinking about what I wanted to share with everyone with the home and clearing and cleaning. One of the things Arin brought up was this idea. Arin, can I talk about this? Thinking about your different spaces in the home. And, you know, you don't just have like, you start with one diffuser, but you don't finish with one diffuser. So you start to collect diffusers and you have them in different parts of the home, in different spaces, diffusing different things, right? So if you think about what's going on in the kitchen, what do you want? Do you want a bright citrus sunny feel? So for myself, for cleaning, I always stuck with lemon. I just really love the power of lemon for surfaces. You just water and lemon. I don't like the smell of vinegar in my kitchen, you know, like so I don't do that. Some people do, but just lemon and water spritzing works. I did move on to abode. doTERRA came out with a blend called, maybe we'll talk about more, abode. And it's really a lot of smells. It's like, I don't know, what is it, 12 or 15 oils? So it's very complex. I don't love it as much as I like the simplicity of lemon. So sometimes I'll go back and forth. Sometimes I really love that simplicity. But what I love about abode is the complexity of what it kills and cleans. So the doTERRA really did studies and showing that the oils they picked were the ones that were really just like across the board, killing and cleaning all of those surface bugs, microbes, things on the surfaces. As we all know, it also diffuses into the air energetically, is clearing the space and clearing microbes in the air as well. So I kind of go between, I usually will pick like a single oil or a blend. And sometimes I'll use one or the other depending on my mood. But the blend I wanted to share with everyone was the blend for like an office space. So it's not mine. Dr. Sue Lawton came out with it. I share it a lot because it's still my favorite. A long time ago, it was one of her first blends that I learned, and it's for clearing the mind. So it's for working with mental clarity and discernment, helping you to come into a clearer focus and having that focus of attention and that ability to kind of say, not this, not that, and to discern better, which is so helpful, right? And so that blend for me is, don't worry about the parts, you can do equal parts, frankincense, wild orange, and Roman chamomile. I think it's frankincense, Roman chamomile, wild orange, if you're going to add it in that sequence. And Dr. Sue in her old book has a 3-2-1, but I just add them in as they tend to add out of the bottle, and that's that. Huh?
That's an aromatic blend.
Yeah, for
Okay.
diffusing. Yeah, frankincense, Roman chamomile, wild orange. Love
So
it.
one thing to tag on here before you share, Aisha, is one of the things this Feng Shui practitioner was telling me is the number 9 is mystical and powerful. And I never thought of this before, but she does her diffuser blends that way. So she gave us a prosperity blend for your home, which is 3 drops bergamot, 3 drops wild orange, and 3 drops lime. And so she does it in the 3-3-3 to make 9. So that's just, if you like to get extra mystical about it. I asked her to explain to me why 3s and 9s and all that stuff, and I still don't understand it. But fun to kind of think about when you're doing your diffuser blends is, can you make it come out to a 9? And then I put this in the chat, and I'll put this recipe in our show notes. I personally, the abode smell is not something that I really like. My favorite all-purpose cleaner recipe is a teaspoon of On Guard concentrated cleaner, about 10 drops of spearmint, 3 to 4 drops of thyme, and 10 to 20 drops of lime in a 12-ounce spray bottle filled with distilled water. And I just think that's the best smell in the world. I love it. And I spray my counters and everything with that mixture. So feel free to make your own mixtures. The On Guard concentrated cleaner is just the
How many
best
people are in the class? Like 20?
for owning this, the best base for cleaning products. So I'll pass it to you, Aisha.
Fantastic. Well, I have a confession to make to all of you. I hope this doesn't sound too weird, but sometimes I find it's easier to clean my shower when I'm in the shower. Can anyone relate to that? It's like, it's just easier. So I was in the shower this morning with I was actually using the doTERRA Abode. It comes like this multi purpose cleaner. It comes in this concentrated form. So you just blend it with water. And I was in the shower spraying it down, and I was reflecting on how grateful I was that I could be in the shower, cleaning the shower with something that was completely non-toxic and smells great. I could have sprayed it on myself if I wanted to. And, and just how easy that was. So hopefully that's not too disturbing for any of you, but I just love that you can use these products in that way. Like, I would never get in the shower with something I bought at, Walgreens or some kind of toxic chlorine cleaner. Like, that would be horrible. But I love the fact that I can get in there with my essential oils and clean while I'm also taking a shower. I know that I do want to give a shout out to the Abode line, and I want to just tell you quickly, if you haven't used it, what is in it, because
Did everybody lose Aisha? Yep, you got muted, Aisha.
oh, sorry. Am I back? Did I just get muted for a second?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, so I just wanted to share what oils were in the Abode line, because it really is a powerhouse. And we have an entire line of multi-purpose cleaner, laundry pods, laundry detergent, dish detergent. Like, this is a really easy way to bring the oils into your house, to replace things that you're already using, to know that they're completely safe and effective. So I'm just going to read you this list really quick. So the Abode has in it lime, litsea, cassia, lemon, eucalyptus, tea tree, arborvitae, eucalyptus again, cilantro, lavender, lemon, and myrtle. So it really is a total powerhouse product. And then don't forget, I just also want to give a shout out to the On Guard Plus, because not the On Guard Plus, but the On Guard. We still have the concentrated cleaner with the On Guard products. And I use both of them. Somebody just recently asked me which one I like the best, and I really like both of them. So these are the obvious ways. Maybe all of you already are using this, but these product lines are the obvious ways to kind of bring oils into your home for home cleaning. I also want to share, and I'm going to put it in the chat. Hold on, let me press this. I also want to share this great blend. It's from this book, I Am Fabulous, from our beloved Desiree Man and Dog, and it is a Clear the Clutter blend. So anytime you want to manifest something new in your life, whether it's something in your business and your personal life, one thing you can do is actually look at your home and the energy in your home, and where could that energy be getting stuck? So like an example I want to give you is when I was working on a big business goal, I went in my office, and my office was an utter mess. It was cluttered. It was full of boxes. I didn't like being in there. Like, it was horrible. And so one of the exercises I was given by my business coach was I needed to clean my office. I needed to clean the clutter I needed to make room for what I was calling in. So one thing I did is I actually moved my office to a whole nother room, and I really set some intentions to like clear the space and make the space to bring in this goal. And I did actually reach the goal that I was shooting for. And this is a really good blend design. I'm going to share it. I'll read it, and I put it in the chat from Desiree, that you can diffuse, that you could actually wear on your body every day to just kind of help clear out whatever is blocking you from manifestation. So let me read this to you really quick. It's the Clear the Clutter blend. It is used when you feel the need to purge clutter out of your life. It is common in our modern society to accumulate stuff and rarely clear our homes of unnecessary items. Accumulation of things is part of a high consumption Western culture. The reality is too much stuff drags us down. When we let go of extraneous things, more positive flow occurs in our life. Clear the Clutter will create the desire and excitement to sell, donate, or gift the clutter in our homes. So if you've been waiting to clean house but couldn't find the energy to do it, then use this blend to help you shift your attitude. The blend has in it lemongrass, which is helps clear out low energy vibrations, lime, which brings gratitude into the heart. And lime can also really help you in making decisions when you're not really sure and you feel confused. It will help you make concise decisions. Lemon will help with your focus, and it will help you stay on course to commit and eliminating excess. Cinnamon gives you confidence. Arbor Vitae reminds you to trust the journey. And Douglas Fir gives you renewed energy and excitement for a new chapter in your life. And we will also send this out in the podcast notes if you're listening to the recording. And that brings us to 10:30.
Yay. Yes, those blends are powerful. That Clear the Clutter blend. The first time I diffused it, I didn't realize how it was going to affect me. And it really did get me cleaning out junk drawers and all kinds of stuff. So her blends are awesome. So feel free to put in the chat if you have a special blend or recipe, something you like to use when you're trying to reset the energy of your home, clearing out the clutter, changing the vibes. And let's also remember that the toxins that can be found in our home from cleaning products are carcinogenic. They're hormone disruptors. It's really bad what is found under most people's cleaning cabinets. So if we can be an inspiration and an education for that, it is super powerful. And so this brings us to the portion of the call where we're going to talk about sharing doTERRA and how to make an income. I had something planned for this portion, but I'm going to pivot, sorry ladies, to surprise you, because this whole conversation about non-toxic cleaning in your home is reminding me of a podcast training that I was listening to with a network marketing leader who has been in the profession for over 23 years. And she's been making a consistent six-figure monthly check for over 12 years. So success leaves clues. When someone has been able to maintain for that long and maintain that kind of income, I kind of listen up and I want to know what she's talking about. It's also interesting to hear someone who has been around through old school network marketing versus new school, which we're in now. So to just give you an example of what old school network marketing is, there was a time, like my grandma was a World Book saleswoman. She's 98 years old now. So this is back in the 50s when she was in her 20s. And she would have to go door to door and she would have to carry her demo product, right? And ask people if they would let her inside their house for a presentation. Then before the internet and the computers, you know how we can go into our back office? If you're new to doTERRA, you can go into your back office and you can see a list of all your customers. If you have any team members, you can find out what they ordered. You can do all these different reports, where in the old days, you would have to wait for a monthly piece of mail that would come with your whole report. So things have changed a lot. Now we have technology, and also instead of going door to door, which you can still do, we go online. We meet people on Instagram, on Facebook. That's kind of the extreme of new wave marketing. So what I wanted to bring to all of us is this idea about finding a topic that you want to talk about. So in doTERRA, we have so many different products, right? You can use the oils for spiritual growth. You can use the oils for athleticism, for pets. You can do non-toxic cleaning. You can do beauty care. Now we have a metabolic line. We have a supplement line. So we have many different products that fall into a wellness category, which is very, very broad. And so when you are sharing in your social media, when you're sharing online, also when you're sharing in old school way, which is person to person, belly to belly, through networking groups, through just the people that you meet in your life, we can have a tendency to want to talk about our product, right? So we have this new MetaPower product line, and the tendency for us can be to say, well, this is why you need NMN, and this is why you need NAD+, and this is why you need collagen, and why you need cinnamon and peppermint and blah, blah, blah. And that is what makes us come off as being salesy, because we're just speaking at people about our product, the thing that we're selling. And if you can instead decide what your focus is, so this is coming up for me because of non-toxic cleaning. Say you're extremely passionate about helping people detoxify their home, because maybe you yourself or someone you love has gone through cancer. And you know that the products in people's homes are a part of what's causing the epidemic of cancer in our society. So you're really passionate about people getting the Abode line, the On Guard concentrated cleaner, collection of essential oils, learning to detoxify their home. You're really passionate about them detoxifying their body, taking lemon oil in, taking their LLV, right? But if you just come at people with all these products, they're going to be like, whoa, she's just trying to, or he's just trying to make me buy all these products. So instead, if you can become a resource of information for people around non-toxic cleaning and why it's important to detoxify your home, and if the things you post about online, the things you send out in your email newsletter, the things you talk about when you're having a chat at drop-off, the things you talk about in your networking group, if you become this resource, this overflowing resource about non-toxic cleaning, why you would want to detoxify your home, why you want to pay attention to this so that you don't get cancer, and you are always sharing articles and tips, and you're talking about all the complementary things around it, like your favorite glass bottles, or where you get the best price on baking soda, or your favorite cleaning cloths. Maybe you're sharing articles about what happens when we clean with bleach. You become an influencer. You become someone that people think of when they realize, oh my gosh, I need to detoxify my home. They will go, oh, Mika, Sandra, Sarah, they're always talking about non-toxic cleaning and green cleaning, and they're so healthy and they're so vibrant. I want to learn from them. I want to know more from them. Then when that person is leaning into you and asking for advice, like, hey, where did you get those bottles? Or what's your favorite cleaner? Guess what? They're asking you for a product. You didn't have to push a product on them. You didn't have to be like posting about your product all the time. Instead, people start coming to you and saying, hey, you're really knowledgeable about this area. What do you recommend? And that's when you get to say, well, here's my favorite non-toxic cleaner, or I'm having a DIY cleaning product class. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because it really lights me up. It gets me really excited because I can take this and implement it on any subject I choose. Say what I'm passionate about is metabolic health, anti-aging, helping people live longer. I had my kids when I was 40 years old. You know, I was doing the math last night. When Emma is like 35, how old I'm going to be? So A, I want to be alive. B, I want to be vibrant and healthy and be able to trek the Himalayas with her if that's what she wants. So maybe that becomes my focus. And what I talk about is I talk about aging well. I talk about metabolic health. I talk about ways like balancing my blood sugar, how I eat, how I get good sleep. I talk about everything around metabolic health. And I don't like anti-aging. I want a different word for it. I talk about everything around aging well and being vibrant into my hundreds. I talk about how I want to live to be 100, and I want every day of my life to be free of pain and full of vibrancy and full of youth. And I become a resource for that. So when someone has something come up, or they have a child in their 40s, or anything around that subject, they're going to think of me and they're going to come to me. And guess what I'm going to be able to do? I'm going to be able to introduce them to MetaPower and to NMN. So is this starting to click for everybody? Some of you are already doing it. I want you to do some more. What is an area that you're passionate about? Is it yoga? Is it fitness? Is it kids? Is it pregnancy? Is it cooking, healthy nutrition? And go talk about that. Don't talk about your product. Wait until the person leans in, then talk about your product. Go talk about the thing you're passionate about. And you don't have to actually be an expert. One of the things this trainer said is you could be an expert, like Dr. Mika, Dr. Josie, Dianne, Sandra. They're all healthcare experts, right? So you can be an expert. But I'm not an expert on pro-aging. I like that, Mika. I'm not an expert on pro-aging, but I'm obsessed with pro-aging, so I can become a reporter. I can show up every day on my social media and say, guess what I learned today? Guess what I learned today about pro-aging? Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what I learned today. And none of what I talk about has to have anything to do with my product. But the more I talk about it and the more I become a resource, the more people think of me around that subject. So Sandra, connecting more deeply to my inner knowing. Yes, perfect. So Sandra could be talking about everything intuition, everything about trusting, self-confidence, self-connection. And she could become an expert around that. Then when someone is like, I really want to improve my intuition, I'm going to go talk to Sandra and see what else she has for me. Pro-aging, self-care. Florence is self-care. So she gets to tell her story. This is the other thing to add to this, is weave your story into it. My story, why am I passionate about pro-aging? Because of my kids. Florence, why are you passionate about self-care? Why does it matter? And tell people your story, because then that's going to inspire them. So as you can see, I got really lit up about this when I heard this training, because it makes so much sense to me. It can be used in old style network marketing, door-to-door, home classes. It can be used in new style, social media. You can blend it among the two. And before I pass the mic, because I want to hear what everybody else says, I was thinking about something else the other night, and I texted a few of you this little thing, and I just want to bring it to your attention. I was really thinking about how powerful this business is. And sometimes we get defeated, or we get confused, or we look at the leaderboard and we go, 30 enrollments in 1 month? Is that what you have to do to be successful in this business? You guys, I've never enrolled. The most I've ever enrolled in 1 month is like 6 people because of the Jasmine promo. Never have I ever enrolled more than 6 people in any given month. And what it usually is 2. I usually have 2 enrollments a month. Now, here's the thing. I've had 2 enrollments a month for over 14 years. So you can do the math on that, right? Now, where this business is powerful is when you trust the numbers and you focus on your activity only. Your activity is how many people did I enroll this month? And did I ask every single one of them if they want to make an income? Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about if they say yes or no. Don't worry about if they buy again or not. Your job is to enroll people, teach them about the products, teach them about loyalty rewards, and ask every single one of them if they would like to earn an income. Now, when you focus on that, here's what happens. And I'm using my own story as an example. I have enrolled a little over 200 people in my time in doTERRA. I've asked every single one of them if they wanted to do the business. I would say about 5 of them went all in. You're looking at one of them, Aisha Harley. They went all in, they went and they built an incredible business. They probably enrolled their own 200 people. Now, a couple, I would say maybe 5 or 10, they built a bit of a business, maybe Premier or Silver. But they enrolled someone who enrolled someone who enrolled someone who went all in, just like Aisha. Now, the rest of those 200 people, some of them are customers, some of them share casually. And what this has all created over the 14 years is 50,000 customers worldwide in my organization. Does every single one order? No. You have to remember what our retention rate is in doTERRA at 65%. Mine is only like 30%. But I make 3 to 7% off of every order. And the average order of an engaged user is $150 a month. So let's just say it's like 5,000 people ordering $150 a month, and I'm earning 3 to 7%. When I think about that, it's so incredible. And at times I go, well, maybe I'm a unicorn and I'm the only one who can do it, or Aisha's the only one that can do it. But anybody can do it. The key is that you only focus on what you're doing. And your job is to enroll people, teach them about the product, teach them about LRP, ask them if they want to do the business. As long as you stay consistent to that and you're enrolling people every month and you're taking care of them and educating them, over time, the numbers will work in your favor. Who cares that this took me 10 years? It took me 10 years to create this. Who cares if it took me 10 years? I now have a 6-figure income that supports me and my family. And there are many other people in the organization that do the same. So I just want to bring that to you because I want you to get hyped. It's something worthy of being hyped about. Now you can see how you could take a subject and run with it. And all you have to do is enroll 2 people a month for 10 years and ask them all if they want to do the business. And you could have a 6-figure income. I think it's worth that. You can do it with a full-time job. You can do it with young kids at home. You can do it on social media. You can do it door to door. You can do it however you want, but put blinders on and don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about what the leaderboard says. Don't worry about what your downline is doing. Just go focus on what you can do. Okay, I want to open it up for the ladies to share.
I love this. Something that comes to mind about that 10 years is one thing to think about is that nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want something different in your life, then you have to do something different. And sometimes it might be these small, consistent steps that ultimately bring the bigger results. Like that's true around our health. That's true about our relationships. It's true about everything. It's these small, consistent steps that we take on an ongoing basis that change everything. Now, I know a lot of you are new here. A lot of you have been here for a long time, but I just want to reflect for a moment, Arin, because I met Arin at the very beginning. And I want to share the story about how when I met Arin, she worked as the desk girl at a yoga studio. She was on unemployment. That was just a part-time job to make a little extra money. And she used to come in and line up the essential oils on the counter. I was a yoga teacher there. And she wouldn't even really like talk about the oils. I would come in and I was just really curious about all these smells and what they were and what they did. And I saw them like on a repeated amount of times before I actually asked, like, hey, can I buy some of these from you? And she actually would buy oils with her money that she would receive from, I think, her food stamp money or her like unemployment money. She would buy kits to sell to make money so she could get her groceries, right? Am I saying this right, Arin? I don't want to misrepresent the story. And I bought my first oils out of the back of her car. And so, you know, Arin and both myself and Dr. Josie, we've been doing this for a long time, but it has been through this consistent action, through having a vision, from not giving up, from continually tuning in with the community to gain inspiration and then take that inspiration into our own lives, that has helped us build this business. And it is such a worthwhile thing to do because, again, 10 years might sound like a really long time, but 10 years is going to come and go. A year is going to come and go. A month is going to come and go. So if you want to have something different, what can you begin to do differently in your life right now, which could look like having a class once a week. I know I've also shared that when I started my business, I had an event once a week. We could all go and have an event on making some home cleaning products. That's such a lovely way to share essential oils with people. And it's also a way that if people are not ready to use them in their body or for them personally, everybody uses home cleaning products. And you can talk about all the ways, we didn't go too much into this today, but the home cleaning products that are on the market are extremely toxic. And if you do a little bit of research on how toxic these products are, they should not be in any of our homes. They're hormone disruptors. Dr. Josie talked about this for a moment. They're cancer causing. They get in our body and they don't leave. I mean, we are inundated with toxicity. So just the access of information that we have on how to use essential oils to clean in our home, to keep our home safe, that in itself is a golden nugget. The other thing I want you all to think about is you are all incredibly knowledgeable. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't need to be an acupuncturist. I don't have an aroma certification degree. Arin nor myself, we're users. We've learned from our own experience. We've learned from our community. We've learned from our practitioners. I'm always learning from you. You do not need to be an expert to share your essential oils. All of you know so much. I want you all just to take note of what you do on a daily basis that you don't even think about, from getting up in the morning, from brushing your teeth, to what oils you put in your diffuser, from what oils you have in your purse that you take with you, from what oils you use with your children. These are all golden nuggets that you have that you probably take for granted because you just do it every day. And these are things that you can share with your friends, with your family on social media. And so you can start there, just simply paying attention and sharing that. Like, hey, here I am out and about. I've been working out a lot, going to yoga, and I love to take MetaPower before and after, before and after, before and after. So I go out and I just share that as I'm doing it. So those are just some top of mind thoughts. Dr. Josie, do you have anything to share? Does anybody else have anything they want to share on this topic?
Yes, this is so great. Josie, are you going?
No, go ahead, Arin. I'm kind of just like taking it all in. I'm loving it.
Oh, Mika, go ahead.
Dr. Mika has a share, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple things. So that was so great, Arin. Thank you so much. It was just like jam-packed into such golden nuggets, and Aisha as well. Sorry, I missed you, Dr. Josie. I didn't get that part, but one of the things that I want to say is, one, I've learned more from Arin and Aisha and these calls that there is, yeah, I'm Dr. Mika, but I learn more on these calls, just so you know. I'm accessing the same information that you can get on these essential wellness Hello Visionary calls. So just know that, or from Louise Rose, Dr. Louise and Ariana on the A to Z calls. So it's not like I'm privy to some other information. So it's all right here. That's what I'm presenting to people. The other thing I wanted to say, oh no, I don't want to lose my train of thought. Yes, is that I remember Aisha and I having a conversation. It was just like really fast in passing about, she was talking to me about enrolling somebody, and the person said, I'm so busy, and Aisha said, do you think you can just enroll one person? So the stress is off. And the woman said, yes. And so I took that in, and yeah, I'm an enroller, about 2 people a month. There was a really hard time in my life where I was so stretched, but I remembered that. And I remembered, but Mika, you can just take the heat off and just enroll one person a month. And so when times do get stretched like that and I'm feeling overwhelmed, then you can always just enroll one person a month, and over time it'll grow. So I've been in, I don't know how long I've been actively, I haven't been actively doing it for 10 years. But I remember there was one person that just contacted me in my team that she said that I contacted her, and then Dr. Josie did too, 10 years ago. And she just circled back around, you guys, and said, I really want to do this. I'm so clear. I'm so sorry I didn't do it back 10 years ago, because you're still doing it. Dr. Josie's still doing it. Aisha's still doing it. You're doing it. The people that I know are still doing it. You keep on doing it. And so I know it's true, tried and true, and you're making an income. And so it's just a different wording, but the same thing is just showing up and being consistent. And then she asked me about, are you still teaching Qigong? Never stopped. I've been doing it since 1996. I started my first class in 1998. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start coming to the class because you just keep showing up. It's still Wednesdays at 9:30. You're all welcome. That's not why I'm saying that. It's just that the idea of consistency, people can trust you and they can count on you. And so if you have like your focus of cleaning products, or we call it on the team, your expertise, like then people will find you, seek you out, and then you just go with what you already know and love and you're passionate about.
Dr. Mika, I just want to add to that really quickly. I know we're almost out of time, Arin, is that when you hold the space consistently, people will come. And we're all in the space where we've all been longing and craving for our community, and we're tired of being on Zoom and, in this kind of crazy space we've been living in. So become that container for the community. It could be in your neighborhood. It can literally be a couple people a week have something every week where you come together and have a gathering and you make something, or you know, this beautiful book by Desiree that's full of blends that you can make for people. You can make home cleaning products. You can make chapstick. You can teach people the aroma touch technique. You can give hand massages. And from that, when you open that space and you become that container, more and more people are going to start showing up. So maybe at first it's one person, and then it's 2 people, and then it's 3 people, and then it's 5 people. And that is how our visionary leaders community has been formed. Is Mika has said, we have been showing up for 13 years. We keep just showing up, whether there's 3 people on the call or 10 people on the call or nobody on the call, we keep showing up. So do the same in your community and begin to watch what begins to blossom from that. I mean, it really is that easy. And if you can't do something at your home, find a friend, find a coffee shop, find a library. Like really there, you know, it's really endless, the possibilities of just having that space. Meet in a park, you know, like just be creative. So Arin, you want to wrap us up?
Yes, so good. The last thing that I want to say to kind of bring what everybody is talking about here is just to remember that this also gets to be fun. That's what people are attracted to. They're attracted to your energy and your inspiration and your motivation around it all. So if it's not fun, this is a classic saying, if it's not fun, you're not doing it right. So find a way to make it fun. I hope this was beneficial. A reminder that we send out the email on Wednesday. And in the email, we have a folder with all the protocols. So this was a very good protocol call. So you're going to want to get it. You can sign up for that email on hellovisionary.life and feel free to get your customers on the email. There is a little, when somebody signs up for that email, they get a couple of emails in the beginning that are like little starter emails. So it's a good thing to onboard your customers into. And next month, we are excited for next month because it is February, which often has a theme of love and romance because of Valentine's Day. And of course, we are going to talk a little bit about that, but we decided that we wanted the theme to be self-love. Be your own Valentine. Take yourself out on your own Valentine's Day date. And we have a really cool lineup. I'm going to put it in the chat for you. But February 6th, we're going to be talking about deepening into self-care. February 13th, we'll be doing Valentine's Day DIY projects. For the oils A to Z, we're talking about steam distilled jasmine. And February 27th, we're going to be talking about heart health, heartbreak, epigenetics, and loneliness. So it is going to be a good month. Make sure you are here with us and you tell your whole community about this call because this is where it's at. We love you all. See you later.